Welcome to this shortened edition of 60 Minutes, Sectional Differences edition. In this, we're going to look at the different parts of the country and how sectional differences has affected these people. From Rhode Island to Indiana to Georgia. And each of these parts, we're going to look at the people and their lifestyles and learn first encounters on what makes them different.
I'm Robert English.
I'm Alex Capri.
And I'm Jake Belay, and these topics are next, coming up on 60 Minutes.
I don't always read advanced placement United States history, but when I do, I prefer the American Pageant 14th edition. Stay thirsty for knowledge, my friends.
First off, I'm going to take you into the small town of Pawtucket, Rhode Island, to meet textile factory owner James Watson, and I'm going to get his view on the hot topic sectional differences. And you do have to watch how you say that. I'm here in the Pawtucket home of James Watson. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing fine, sir.
Alright, we're going to start with some personal questions about you.
Personal?
Yes, we're going to get personal with you. Alright.
Oh, gosh.
What kind of religious views do you have?
I'm Methodist.
Oh, why is that?
Well, my ancestors, when they moved over here and settled in the Rhode Island area, like where I live now, they were Puritans. Like most of the people in this area, they escaped Europe for their religious freedom. Everyone knows that story. But I never liked being a Puritan. I mean, like, they don't like dancing. They don't like wearing extravagant clothes. I mean, like, I had to switch. And when the Second Great Awakening came around and I heard about Methodists, I was like, that's the religion I need.
Oh, okay. So, I assume you read the Bible.
I do read the Bible. It's one of my great studies I do every Friday.
Oh, nice. Do you like to read anything else?
Oh, Uncle's Tom Cabin has been very high pick on my part. And Harper's Ferry? Harper's Bazaar. Harper's sorry.
Bazaar, oh.
Whew, I'm just thinking,
Ferry.
I just wrote a ferry this morning.
Oh, okay.
But Harper's Bazaar.
Alright.
It's my favorite magazine they're out right now. Since I own a textile factory, you know, that's how I have this beautiful fireplace. Please like my Christmas attire that I came out with. But what I liked about Harper's Bazaar is it has the latest fashions from Europe, from America, from everywhere. It's just, I mean, like, see these pants right here?
Yeah, this is some nice pants. And that bow tie?
The bow tie? Yeah, these pants are called khakis. No one in the country knows about them, pretty much, except the readers of the Harper's Bazaar, and that's why I read it. Keeps me up on my fashion so I can run the best textile.
There you go. Alright, so, what do you like to do in your spare time?
Oh my gosh. Entertainment? My favorite is boxing. Watch it. I don't participate. I mean, like, look at these guns. They're little.
Man.
Like, even though they're big, I can't handle boxing. But I'm too much of a civilized man to do that. But boxing, I love going down to the boxing ring in town and betting on the boxers and watching them and fighting on. It's one of my favorite things. Also, though, gambling. Like, I bet on the boxers. That's some of my gambling. But just playing some cards with my friends, like, this was some of the things I didn't like about the Puritan views. They didn't support gambling, and it was a bad sin. But now with Methodists and all that, I don't want to get into it. But I like gambling. And also, what else do I like? Oh my gosh. I like horse races. I have a horse, a white stallion. Nothing special. It's alright.
What's his name?
Timothy.
Timothy. So, do you drink while you're doing these activities?
Oh, no. I'm totally against drinking. I just think this is why. Okay, so my workers, when they came in, like, drinking became all the rage. And I don't know, like, my workers used to be farmers. But farming, not the thing anymore up here in the north with the expanding west and the south. So, when my workers came in, and they used to be farmers, like, sure, they could get drunk, but they just had to go out in the field and pick some things, and it was not hard work. But here in the factory, it's totally different. They have to get themselves here, and when they get themselves here, they have to work on machines. It's dangerous if they're drunk. And once there was a big accident here. I don't want to talk about it, but
let's not get into those details.
But when just drinking just never appealed to me. I'm totally against it. I'm for the temperance movement. I'm totally against it. Some people say I'm a little extreme, but it just needs to be no more.
Okay. So how do you feel about the new immigrants?
Immigrants? I'm for the immigrants. They provide me with labor, cheap labor, and that's good for me. A lot of people do not like the Irish immigrants, and they just think they're, I don't know why, but they are my favorite immigrants because, mostly because, they provide me with cheap labor, and they provide some quality. Sure, it's not the best quality, but it's cheap, and that's what makes me money. I like money.
Okay. So, what do you do for your daily life?
Daily life, I wake up at 5, eat my oatmeal, go into the factory, check if everything's going well, then go into my office, do some paperwork. After paperwork, eat lunch, go back, check the factory, make sure everything's running well, all my textiles are shipping out across the country, and then I go home, count my money, kiss my wife goodnight, and go to bed. That's my normal
nice.
day.
Very simple. Alright.
Structure. That's what you need for success.
Alright, you mentioned about shipping out your products. So you're for government finance internal improvements?
100% I'm for internal improvement by the federal government. Mostly because my business used to just be a local business, just my town. Or I was lucky my entire state of Rhode Island because it's small. But what about Pennsylvania? Or the cities like Chicago? All these places were emerging and I couldn't send my textiles. They wanted textiles, but I couldn't get there. That's why I love the transportation revolution. Because it allowed me to finally ship my textiles to different parts of the country fast and efficient and cheap. This made me more money, and I love money. See? My Poe died.
You buy nice clothes.
Oh, thank you. And that's why I 100% support it. Like the railroads that are growing, I support the government supporting the expanding of railroads, canals, everything. I support all of them.
That's good. Where do you ship your products out to?
Oh my gosh. Some new markets are Chicago. Cincinnati's been big. They've been growing. A new place called Pitcairn. It's growing. It's a big train. They're just the future, I think.
That's the future. You heard it here first. Give it 10 years, Pitcairn will be the nicest city in America. So how do you react to the proposal to raise tariffs?
Tariffs? Taxes?
Yes.
I'm 100% for them.
Okay.
And you know why?
Why?
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
It's because Britain had the Industrial Revolution before us. And their textiles are so cheap that I can compete. But these tariffs have been my saving grace. They have helped me make money. And like I said before, I love money.
Okay.
And these tariffs, they made it so that the British goods, it taxed them when they came in, so that they're more expensive compared to mine. So mine's a little cheaper compared to theirs. More people in the nation buy them. I'm a happy person.
That's good. Okay. Well, we're going to get to the big question now.
What's the big question?
Slavery.
Oh,
For or against it?
I didn't agree to this.
You don't agree to this question, or?
I don't know. It's an iffy subject in this nation right now, as you know.
Yes.
And I just agreed to do this interview on my company. But I'll shed some light into my slavery views. It's definitely like an iffy topic. I don't support slavery.
Like morally.
It's totally against my religion as a Methodist. But as a whole, I don't think it's my battle to fight, or anyone else's to tell what other people should do. I feel like for my business, slavery is essential. It makes it so that I can make competitive prices. It lowers. I get the cotton cheaper by buying from southern slaves. I support the plantation system. I'm friends with them. I can't go against slavery. I'm not an abolitionist because there's so much. I do think it's a necessary evil, but I would never own slaves. Like I have all workers. I don't own any, and I never will.
Okay. Thank you for that interview. Now let's go take a look into your factory.
Okay, sure thing. Follow me. All right, just this way. Please don't mind the clutter. Some new textiles.
Okay. Lovely.
For exclusive on 60 Minutes to tell you. So this is my main part of my factory. My needles, my thread. This is how I make my textiles. Beautiful, huh?
Wait.
Beautiful. Only here at mine, James Watson's. Top of the line.
We're in the middle of the Industrial Revolution, and you only use a needle and thread?
You expect me to show you my factory? My factory of machines that my competitors could copy and beat me? No. This is what you get to see, thank you.
Oh,
Okay, and back to my textiles. They're beautiful.
Okay.
You can buy many of them. High quality thread. High quality everything. High quality clothes. Top of the line, just right here. Rhode Island. Anywhere. Rhode Island.
James Watson, America. Now I hand it over to Jake Belay in Indiana.
Thank you, Rob, for that insightful interview. Now we're off to see George Hicks, who lives in Indiana, who just moved from Vermont. He's going to show us his Western viewpoints and what he thinks on sectional differences. Off to Indiana we go. Jake here reporting from the Wabash River in Indiana, where George Hicks has kindly let us come in. This is the Western Frontier. My first time being out here. I don't know if you can tell, but I want to know, why did you decide to move out here from Vermont?
Well, Vermont was a very industrialized area. We're talking like textile mills and factories all over the place, and I didn't like it. I heard about the Western Frontier, and I was fascinated, you know, by expansion and just free land. Not free, but very, very cheap land, just open ranges. And I was fascinated, so I picked up my family and we moved, and now I'm a wheat farmer.
Excuse my laughter there, but just the way you sum it up, it's just inspirational. Like, I kind of just want to move out west and start my own world.
Oh, well, you should. It's a real great place.
But we have to move on. We only have 60 minutes. And
Sir,
this is a
if
short.
I could ask you to please take your shoes off my chair.
Why?
You're going to damage it. It's a little wet.
Okay. Okay, so let's get some background information. What religion are you?
Well, I'm a Presbyterian. When I was living in Vermont, we got swept by the Second Great Awakening, and you know, we all used to be Puritans and whatnot up in the northern area, but Second Great Awakening came, and just a revival of religious passion swept through, and we swept away all of our old Puritan beliefs, and we became Presbyterians, and you know, I just carried that with me all throughout my journey to the frontier.
I understand. Okay, so what about readings? Any good readings you do? Like, are you educated?
Oh yeah, well there's a large misconception that us Western frontiersmen are uneducated. Okay, well I mean most of us are, but I'm from Vermont, so we all knew how to read and all that jolly old good stuff. I read the New England Farmer's Journal. That's what it's called.
Oh, for your farming techniques?
Yes, I get all the latest from there. You
Wow.
know, like crop rotation. You know they discovered that in medieval Europe. You know, the
Would
crop
we be
rotation.
able to go look at your farm today?
No, I'm sorry, man. It's a little wet outside. It's really depressing. I would love for you to see my farm, but the conditions are not very
I think
well.
our watchers would love to see it too, but we'll hopefully come back another time if you would allow us.
All right, I would love to do that. I'm sorry, America.
Okay, thank you. So what about entertainment? Anything exciting that you'd love to do?
Oh, I love drinking.
Because it seems
I
like
love
we're drinking.
Drinking, yes.
So you're
like I
not for the
mentioned before.
temperance movement?
Oh, I am not for the temperance movement. No, not at all. See, in Western Pennsylvania, they make the whiskey and they live off of it. They live off the profit. You know, we buy the whiskey from them and they buy the wheat from us. So it's really like a cyclical thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love drinking. It's what me and my buddies do in our free time.
Anything else? Just drink?
Oh, we play a bunch of games. I actually invented this brand new thing called cornhole.
Cornhole? What's cornhole?
Oh, well here, let me show you.
Okay. How did you come up with? Wow.
Well, one day I just saw a hole in the board that I had cut. You know, I usually use corn, which is why it's
Why
called
would you use
cornhole.
corn for what?
To throw in the hole.
How did you come up with corn?
Because that's what I saw. I had a bushel of corn sitting in my basement, and that's how I came up with it. It looked like the perfect circumference to throw in the hole. But I don't have any corn with me right now, just these handy bean bags. So, as you can see, I'm an expert. I can make it with my eyes closed, without even looking at it. Look, 6 for 6.
That's good.
6 for 6, right there. You saw it with your own eyes. 6 for 6. Would you like to give it a shot?
Oh, sure.
Let me hold your papers.
It won't get on my suit or anything.
Oh, no, maybe just a little bit of corn
What's
residue.
the dust? Oh.
The dust is corn residue.
Wow. Thanks.
Oh, you got one, got two. 2 for 4. We consider that amateur.
Oh.
Newborns can do that. They're born with the ability to play cornhole. You're
I thought
ashamed.
you invented it.
You're ashamed. Sit back down, buddy.
I'm sorry. You moved to the western frontier. Nothing else? So you drink, play cornhole, anything else?
I mean, I farm. I love farming. That's all I do. Drink, play cornhole, and I farm my wheat.
Okay, so I see your style right here. Very nice.
Oh, thank you.
Are there so denim? Overalls?
No. These are not called overalls. This is called a boiler suit. It's the top of the line farmer equipment.
Wow. Why is it called boiler suit then?
You know, I'm not really sure. It was rumored that people wore these in boiler rooms and factories so that they wouldn't get burned. And, you know, denim's a real tough material.
And your flannel?
Oh,
where's that from?
My flannel, this is actually from some stuck-up textile mill owner in the New England area. I forget what it was. I don't know, but he kept talking about how he liked money and whatnot. Man, did I hate him.
Is that why you moved out here?
Oh, no, not at all. I just didn't like the factories and everything.
Okay, so what about the Wilmot Proviso? Any views on that?
You know, the Wilmot Proviso, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that I think, from a religious standpoint, a moral standpoint, I think that slavery should be banned. But for my industry, I am neutral about the topic of slavery because, well, being a wheat farmer, I don't need the slaves. I like to do my own work. Like I said, I can wake up and drink some scotch or whiskey, and I can just go out in the fields and farm.
How about some other current issues like California or Texas or this war with Mexico that's going on?
Oh, the war with Mexico, I can't support that, man. I just don't think our country needs any more southern states, you know? We're impeding upon the Mexican territories.
Yes, but you expanded to the west. You don't support that?
I do support western expansion, but man, those Mexicans, I think that they should deserve to own the land that they rightly own. You know, we can't impede upon that.
Yeah, I understand. So, what's your daily life like?
Well, let's see. I wake up in the morning. My wife is usually still asleep. It's real dark outside. Real dark.
Real dark.
Wake up, go downstairs, grab something quick to eat, and then it's about 5 o'clock in the morning. It's still dark. Take a drink, and I go outside and start farming my wheat. I've got all the latest technological advances. Like, I've got an iron plow. Boy, did that thing speed up my work. You'll never believe.
Horses?
Horses? No, I do not have horses. I own oxen.
Oxen? Very strong compared to horses.
Oh, yes. The ratio is about 1 oxen equals 4 horses.
Wow. Big improvement. So, let's move on to tariffs. Our watchers are really into this, I know. So what's your view on tariffs? Do you support them?
I do support tariffs. I know it's a hot topic with the sectional differences and all. You gotta watch how I say that. But because the northeastern people, the textile mill owners, you know, they really need the tariffs because Great Britain's products are less expensive. Excuse me, they're less expensive than our home American products. So if we put the tariffs on, then that would decrease the price of our American products, which the more American products they sell, the more workers they have to hire, and that's more mouths to feed, which is where my wheat can come in.
Wow, you're very smart. Like, I don't want to be rude or judgmental, but people in the West and the North, we make fun of you guys, just to let you know.
Yeah, well, I understand. A lot of the people out here aren't educated like myself. I'm from Vermont, so I was previously educated. You know, I came from a formerly Puritan society, and we valued things such as education and whatnot. But I'm going to make sure that, you know, my son Jim, I'm going to make sure that he is well educated, just like myself.
Oh, that's good. So, another topic right now is an internal improvement. You know, canals, railroads, transportation revolution, internal improvement funded by federal government is a hot topic. What do you think about it?
Oh, well, I love internal improvements, you know. They stimulate the economy. Like I said, the more mouths to feed, the more wheat I need to sell. And with innovations such as the Erie Canal, it allows me to ship my wheat faster than ever.
Wow. Up the Washbash River? Did I say that?
Yeah. Steamboats, too. Steamboats really quicken things up. The steamboats take them up the Wabash River, and then they go through the Erie Canal. And boy, man, does it get that quickly. I've been selling more wheat than I ever had. It's threefold since they opened the Erie Canal.
Wow. And again, about slavery. We talked about it before with the Wilmot Proviso. But what again? You don't support it?
From a moral standpoint, I cannot support slavery. Being a Presbyterian, I'm a Christian, and I do not believe in slavery, holding people in human bondage. But for my industry, I'm a wheat farmer. I do not need slaves, so I am impartial. If they stimulate the southern economy, I am okay with that.
Wow, George, thank you for everything. I mean, like, what we learned here is so much more, especially on the hot topic of Western frontier. People just are so curious, and you just filled our knowledge.
Oh, well, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed telling people about the wonders and the marvels of the Western frontier. You should all give it a shot. We've got glorious things out here. Glorious things.
Okay, now I'm off to Al. We're going to send it off to Alex, who has a person down in Georgia he wants to interview. Thank you.
Now we're taking it down to the Savannah River, where we're going to take a look into the life of Richard Fitzhugh, a southern plantation owner, and get his take on these hot topic sectional differences. Hi, we're on the banks of the Savannah River in Georgia, in the plantation home of Mr. Richard Fitzhugh.
Hi, America.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Fitzhugh. I'm going to start off with some more intimate questions. What religion are you?
I am a Southern Baptist.
So you say you're a Southern Baptist.
Mhm.
That's a branch of Christianity. I'm assuming that you read the Bible.
Oh, of course, every day. My religion requires of it, and it keeps an ordinance with my work. I mean, slavery's in the Bible, of course.
Do you enjoy any other supplemental readings?
John C. Calhoun's Exposition and Protest.
Oh, Calhoun, big Southern politician.
Oh, yes. Love the guy.
I know this is a hot topic in the South. What do you think of Uncle Tom's Cabin?
You shouldn't ask me that question.
I apologize, Mr. Fitzhugh.
The book's trash. That's all I can say about it.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I didn't mean to offend you like that. So, what other entertainment do you enjoy? What do you do with your free time?
I like to attend dances and aristocratic parties and things of that sort.
Oh, sounds very fancy.
Oh, very.
Yeah, I'm assuming that you don't wear these
Oh,
clothes.
no, these are my working clothes.
Oh, I
When I
see.
go out in the hot sun, unlike today, it's a little wet outside.
Yeah, well, I can see the brim of your hat would
Mhm.
definitely protect you from the sun.
Yeah, no sunburn.
Yeah, it would be really helpful if we could put something on our skin to prevent from that, like a sort of a lotion. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Like a screen from
Yeah.
the sun.
Yeah, it'd be really helpful if we could invent something
Yeah.
like that someday.
Hopefully.
That's stuff of the future.
It's an innovation.
All right, so we're gonna get to more national level questions now. What do you think about tariffs?
Tariffs? I'm completely against them.
Can I ask you why?
They're destroying me. I mean, America raised the tariffs. Great Britain doesn't want to pay for my products. I'd lose money and slaves.
That sounds
It's gonna destroy my
detrimental.
business.
Detrimental.
It's completely.
So what do you think about nationally funded internal improvements?
I'm not for nationally funded. I'm for state finance internal improvements. I'm for states' rights. I don't want the government intruding on those rights.
Oh, like a lot of southern states.
Oh yes.
Okay, what are your ideas on slavery? Obviously, you're a plantation owner. You own slaves. Give me some more insight on that.
I'm for it. It drives my business along. I treat my slaves like, people. The North treats their workers like they're nothing. I feed them. I give them a home.
I see. So I'm assuming that you're in favor of the Fugitive Slave Act.
Oh, of course. If any of my slaves ever ran away, I'd want them back.
I would understand.
I don't want to
that.
lose those field hands.
I would understand.
200 slaves here. Can't keep account of
200. That's
Yeah.
that's quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
You must run a large industry.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Make all that money.
So what do you think about the new topic, the Kansas-Nebraska Act? How do you feel about that?
I'm for it. I want the railroad to pass through slavery-owned states and territories, so I want slavery in Kansas and Nebraska to be, the people there to choose for themselves.
So how do you feel about the temperance movement?
I'm completely against it. My religion is against it, and I wouldn't want any of my slaves doing it. They wouldn't work to their utmost importance.
Oh, I understand. Yeah, this is a very interesting painting.
Yeah.
Can I ask you about it?
One of the students at the Hudson River School painted it. It's very lovely.
The
Hops out at you, it's like roar.
The Hudson River School. Now, this is a tiger. We don't have those in America.
That's not a tiger.
What is that?
That's America.
Well, thank you for explaining that lovely picture of America to me.
Mhm.
Now, if you would be so kind, would we be able to take a look at your plantation?
Well, not the outdoor, since it's raining, but we can go inside and see where they practice the con.
Sounds great. Let's go.
Okay.
We're out here in Mr. Fitzhugh's plantation. Now, I was under the impression that this was going to be a completely indoor plantation.
Well, we are protected by the Lord, and this are sealed.
Oh, yeah, I see. You know, it's a little chilly in here with this being a, you know, an open-walled structure. How do you think that your slaves will handle the cold?
Well, cotton season isn't during the winter, so when it gets warmer, they get out and work all day.
Oh, I see. All right, one more question. Where are your slaves? You said it's the winter and they're indoors, but could we interview one of these slaves by any chance?
No, they're not educated enough.
Oh, okay. Who's this little creature?
That's my dog, Sparky.
Oh, well, hello, Sparky.
He's my guard dog.
Very nice to meet you. He seems ferocious.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Could we get up close?
My slaves are very scared of him.
Could we get up close, please?
He's inside.
Oh my gosh, he's ferocious.
He's scaring me right now.
Yeah, you know, I'd appreciate if we could get away from this a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
I'm really afraid.
Let's walk over here. Yeah.
All right. Oh, what is this box?
This is my box of cotton. You can feel some of it.
Oh,
It's
wow.
very warm,
This is very
circular.
refined.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming this has already been through a cotton gin?
Oh yeah. This the box is getting ready to be packaged and set up to the north.
Oh, wow. Wow, okay. Well,
Very clean. Very clean.
You know,
Probably edible. Oh.
Wow, that looks... Can I try that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you don't recommend it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Nah, I don't recommend that.
Okay, I wouldn't want to eat any of your profitable stuff. Well, thank you so much for this interview,
Oh,
Mr.
thank you
Fitzhugh.
very much.
Back to you. I didn't mean to leave you. I apologize for that. I have more information to share with you about Mr. Fitzhugh. Mr. Fitzhugh, could you please describe in depth a day in the life of Mr. Richard Fitzhugh?
Well, I wake up, read the Bible, eat some breakfast, take a shower, get my slaves up, get them ready for the day, send them out in the fields. Some of them are house slaves, so they do their stuff, making dinner and lunch. I tend to all the slaves outside in the cotton fields, make sure they're doing their job, not messing around. After dinner, send them home, send them into their homes, and I read the Bible again, go to sleep.
Sounds very interesting. Now, you said you tend to your slaves in the fields. Do you take them like water or anything, or if they're hungry, are they allowed to get a break?
They get breaks, short breaks, not very long. I need my production.
Yes, I understand. Obviously, 200 slaves. That's a large number.
It's a very large
that you
number.
have. How many does it take to make food for all of them? Obviously, that's a lot of mouths to feed. I'm assuming they all get large meals.
Not exactly large meals, but they get fed.
Oh, okay.
I make sure they're fed and healthy.
So you think that they're healthier than some of, say, the northern workers?
Well, the northern workers are just treated awfully. I doubt they even get food, or breaks. Mine do get fed and have breaks.
Well, it sounds like from your perspective, they're living very good lives, huh?
Oh yes,
I know.
Of course.
Abolitionists have different things, but I don't mean to bring those up because that's a sensitive subject. I will not go into depth about that. But I would like to thank you for letting us come in here and having you do this interview with us.
Oh yeah, once again, thank you.
That's all, America, from Georgia.
From Georgia to Annie Roney's desk for his insightful insights on life. You know what I don't get about life? Why can't people just get along? My editors tell me of this sectional difference project that's going on. Why do we need sectional differences in this world? We should be one family. We should be like Barney with his kids, all one together, a family. That's my weekly interpretation of this episode. Just love each other. Thank you for tuning in to the shortened edition of 60 Minutes, special edition of Sectional Differences. Have a nice evening.